Just make sure it's going to accept us in YouTube. And we'll get the recording going. Okay, you guys, we are about ready here. Yippee!
Yay!
What the heck is this thing doing? I'm like just a little tech savvy, but not savvy enough to get going. Okay. Okay, you guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jenna Blackard.
And I'm Leonka Reyna.
And this is the Haute Hustle Morning Show. Today we're talking with Tarek Babi. And we, in this show, take about 10 minutes just to settle in before we bring our guest on. So just so that we can say hello and kind of just like amp up the energy. Get you fully present, fully engaged, get your water ready, your tea ready.
And just have a community here, right?
Yeah,
so it's
right.
an opportunity for you to let us know what's been going on for you. I do a little bit of Mystic Space Weather News. And we just, kind of just connect with you. And I think that's kind of different from all of the other shows because we have that time where we really are about creating a movement here. And so, make it fun. We have fun here is what we always say, right?
Yeah. And sometimes our speakers are a little serious and then we like make a joke and they're like, hmm? But so get ready and get your giggle on because we are about to get started. I was sharing with Leonka before the show. Should I share it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was swimming yesterday and I had a new Joe Dispenza audio on and I was just like, what? And while I'm in water thinking water is like H2O. And he was talking about changing of states, like when water goes from just water molecules as a liquid to the state of an ice cube. And I thought it was like something has to happen, right? For those molecules of that H2O to go to that ice, right?
Yes.
And so what I learned yesterday, and maybe you can take this into your life and think of it more on the quantum, which is itty bitty.
Yes.
Like if you've ever taken organic biology or chemistry, you know that different like C bonds bond together. And they do that by sharing electrons. And he was like, electrons, well, that's just energy. And he's like, if you think of the quantum field that way, that's really what's going on.
So what can you do with that kind of knowledge when you think of, and I'm kind of playing a little bit of devil's advocate here, so somebody who was listening in may be able to make this leap with you.
Well, and what else is cool is like we've got hormones of the pineal gland. It activates when we wake up in the morning with serotonin, and then it goes to bed with melatonin at night, right? Well, those two hormones, if they just change shape and they share other electrons, they make different hormones.
Oh, gosh.
And when they make different hormones, like some of these hormones are like hibernating animals have these hormones. And we don't have these hormones unless we activate these different brainwave states for long enough for these like hormones to actually change our lives.
Yes, I got that.
It just kind of really validated. Thank God I'm meditating. And I was telling my husband, I was like, geez, I just don't even have anxiety at all anymore. I was like, I had like matcha all day yesterday. And I was like just calm, focused, and alive. And it was just so beautiful.
I was craving that this morning. She made me some matcha as well. And she was just on fire. And I was like, I want to step into that.
Yeah, but it's a mixture. I think, because if I would have, and I think it's from no alcohol.
Oh, that too. Yes. Yeah. That's a fun one. Yes.
Yeah. I stopped, toxifying myself. Magic what happens when you stop doing that kind of stuff.
Well, I told you that when I was channeling a little bit for you, with your permission, when we were sitting there having our private conversation at the table, that always happens. I have no idea, but that I got a clear message for you that the reason to lay off the booze a little bit right now was simply so that your connection could come in clear. Yes, yeah, and it was very, very clear that that was like we want to reach you, and we want to reach you in a very different dynamic way. Kind of a way that I couldn't even explain to you because that
well, I'm so ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for it.
It sounds like you've tapped into that for sure.
All right. That is the email that you should have gotten. Thank you, Valentina, for I'm glad you got that.
Yes.
Excellent.
So speaking of ready for it, who's ready for a little bit of Mystic Space Weather news?
Yes, let's do
So
it.
we are having a conjunction of the various different planets that have been out there where they're lining up. And so, of course, that's going to bring lots of different energies as we, kind of stargate on that, be in the outside, and lots of people will be looking up. But really, what I wanted to, you can read about this online. What I wanted to do was kind of just give a little message that was sent to us from the Palladians. And I like these messages, not necessarily if you believe it or not, and whoever it comes from, but what it really does is kind of taps into that essence of knowing that there is a lot of cosmic charge and shifting. Whenever I'm getting these reports, I feel like I'm always saying the same things, but we really are in this, peak cycle. So the 28th and 29th of August, the message just says, love who you are, love who you are, and love who you once were, and love who you will be. Ooh, interesting.
In the future.
Yes. There is no need to regret or resent the past, for this will only take your focus out of the present moment. And the new versions and versions of you that are emerging, you are always becoming and always in evolution. When you are present with your full self in this very moment, you are allowing for love to be expanded, and you are increasing your capacity for love. To love all parts of you, all parts of others, and the whole universe. Love holds compassion and sacred neutrality, and you can access this by staying present and choosing to love who you are in your entirety and divinity. Woo, that's a big one. It sounds so simple, but when you really break it down and say, love who you are, love who I am right now, love my past, and love who I will be in the future. Whoa, those are like a lot of different splits of me. But really, all we are is this moment. And so I always try to come back and say, the past isn't real and the future is not there. We are right here having this experience. And, you've heard of the Mandela effect, where some people don't even know when stuff happened. So let's not stay in the past. Let's not stay in the past. Let's rewrite that together. And we can do that as a community now.
Yeah. Well, we don't even need to rewrite it as much as we just need to remove it. Actually, if we would rewrite it, though, we'd manifest better, I think.
Right? So we wouldn't be stuck in that. Yeah. And it definitely wouldn't be giving us the story.
Absolutely.
Well, that was my little 2 cents soapbox. But in Mystic Space Weather News, I found that a lot of people really resonate with some of the messages here and like to know what's going on with the different cosmos and with their brother man. So that's what I got.
Beautiful. All right. I don't see that Tarek has joined us yet.
Okay. Yeah, I did put him on for 11:15.
Okay, so he's 11:15. Okay, so we've got 5 minutes to yap.
Yes. So anyone has something coming up for them. I know that you've been doing a lot of sessions lately.
A lot of sessions.
Yes, great. And what has been kind of one underlining theme?
Well, I think that it's exactly that message from the Palladians.
Yes.
Because it is, and maybe I will invite you. Oh, he just joined us. But let's actually start the call right here.
Okay.
Would you all be willing to be 100% present, 100% engaged, and really just be here for this beautiful conversation?
Yes.
Just come on in, and anywhere where you spread yourself across the galaxy, the universe, would you be willing to now just take a sponge and bring all of you back in?
Yes.
Yeah. And take a breath. All right. Do you guys sense more presence on the line?
Yeah, nice.
It's 11:11 here. Whew. Oh my gosh. Gosh, you guys are good. Tarek, I'm going to pin you and introduce you to the group. Hey, let's get your mic. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Janet, how's it
Hi,
going?
Val.
Bianca, good to see you.
Hi, good to see you.
Likewise. Hey, Sarah, good to see you. Lindsay, wow, beautiful. Let's co-create a magical call today.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
Yes, I'm already excited.
All right. It's been a while since we've talked with you. I talked with you years and years ago, but you made such an impression on me that when we decided to bring this series together with both of us, I said, somewhere he's got to be in it.
Thank you.
You just had such a real perspective on things that I was just like, yeah, I would like to have him back.
Thanks,
I'd
Janet.
like to
Appreciate it.
start with you really sharing, when did you name yourself the Indigo Prophet? I felt like that was such a strong proclaim
Yes.
that it was it's just freaking awesome. It's like,
Thank
I
you.
am this.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
I want to know just a little bit of, and tell the audience a little bit about the story about how you really awoke to that Indigo Prophet. And let's start there, and then we're going to wander ourselves into love and money.
Sure, Janet. And I just want to let everyone know I've got such a jam-packed, high-quality call for you guys today. And my guarantee is that you'll be left more empowered than when you did where you are right now. So that's I just have a lot planned for you guys.
Yay.
Indigo Prophet, beautiful story. We climbed to the roof of some random person's home when I was a lot younger. And it was kind of like not a date, but like getting to know this beautiful goddess named Clarity. Shout outs to Clarity, doing some great priestess work in the world right now. And I was just talking about rap names. I went through a whole bunch. It was Philistine because my granddad was born in Palestine, and we'll do something special for the planetary healing today in the call. And then it was Maverick, and then it was LSD, lovingly spreading divinity. And then I was like, none of them felt super authentic until Indigo Prophet. I was going to call myself Indigo Child, but there's like a million Indigo children. So I was like, how do I stick out from that if people were to search me? And then when I was a kid, when our teacher asked us, what did we want to be when we grew up? It wasn't my ego saying I want to be a prophet. It was like a clarity that, the path of the prophets, helping humanity, helping people heal, having a strong connection to God. It was just there innately. And I was struggling with it. And she was like, Tarek, you got to claim it. I was like, I don't know if I could call myself prophet like that. There's just like, it was so intimidating to a part of myself that was feeling worried that I'm overstepping or whatever it is. And she's like, there's a lot of reggae artists that call themselves so and so prophet. There's just a lot of reggae names. And she actually held space for me to step into it and claim it. And it does come from a very innocent place, from my inner child, just having that clarity as a kid before the programming kicked in. And,
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love it even more now.
I know. So do I.
So cool. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Welcome.
You do operate that way though, too. And you're very clear and very present. I mean, you can be in your energy and you can tell that you're different.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's start. I was
it sounds like you've got some stuff planned for us.
Yeah.
So let's dive in. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. So I want everyone to just set an intention for the call, right? So it's a blank canvas. Just because I'm talking or Janet is talking or Bianca's talking, it doesn't mean that we have more say in what's being co-created. We all have a paintbrush and we're all painting this canvas. So at the end of the call, we can look at it and go, what a beautiful piece of art that we all co-created, right?
Love that.
So just take a moment and set an intention for what you'd like to integrate into this call. Something you want to activate within yourself, something you'd like to manifest. What if you can be clear or general with a specific, if you can be clear or general with an intention, please take a moment right now, integrate it, add it to the canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll add to that more than what I know to ask for, include my heart's desires so that I may feel fulfilled on all levels. And then we can all say, and so it is at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3,
And so it is.
Okay, so I want to start I want to let you guys know. I mean, my story's been sensitive kid, born in Jordan, moved to Dubai, immigrated to Canada, Middle Eastern parents, Syrian, Palestinian, Lebanese. Mom was born Christian, dad was born Muslim. So as a kid, I just knew, okay, if I just follow the rules that I was told through religion, that there's nothing more important. But then when I broke out of that, when I came to Toronto, I had a philosophy elective in college when I was studying marketing, and I dropped out of college. The movie The Matrix was happened a few years before that, and everything changed. I started questioning everything, like religion, culture, society, government, police, like all these authority figures of this is how it's supposed to be. I was like unsubscribing from all those programs. I used to also party a lot on the weekends, and I had a bag of MDMA pills, and it's like an ecstasy pill. And only now they're starting to find that they're giving it to soldiers for PTSD, and it's helping them to deep traumatic places in their being that they weren't able to get to on their own. And my guidance was just very clear, and it said just take one a day, not in a party scene, but like at home, and I'd burn incense, and I would, do it very intentionally, and I'm meditating, and I'm having baths, and I'm journaling, and as I'm journaling, I'm like government, parents, like all the power that exists inside of us, I could see where I was giving it to, and one by one, I was popping these bubbles and taking my power back. And then I dropped out of college. I moved to the nicest part of Toronto, manifested this small apartment by the beaches, the beaches that you can't really swim in because it's so toxic. But it was nice, next to nature and beautiful parks next to me. And I just spent so much time in libraries. I've got a Virgo rising in my astrology, and it's just information junkie, just wants to, and reading everything I can find about manifestation, law of attraction, even like a whole, like 25 years of what's called conspiracy theory research, but it's really the truth that is being from us. Yeah, funny? Right? Yeah. Conspiracy facts. Yeah. And so it's a wealth of information. So whatever I find from, like, whatever the problems are, I always find a way to integrate them into this call, into my programs, into my music. Like for every problem I discover, I use the infinity healing to be the solution. So we alchemize that problem. And yeah, and then I was getting fired from all the jobs you can imagine, asked for my purpose, discovered hypnosis. Janet, I believe you also are a hypnotherapist, so started with that. And it just and I remember my teacher saying, you can't help people with trauma. And I just broke down and got really emotional because I was like, finally, I found my purpose. I got this modality. Now I'm going to help people with trauma. And then she's like, you're not allowed to do that. And then my guidance said, create your own modality, create my own modality. And I resisted it for so many years. But I went into $30,000 of debt trying to get healing. And I was like, I found out, I researched who the best healers were on the planet. I took their courses, took their programs, took their trainings, flew to them sometimes, and I still felt stuck. Out of that frustration, I birthed the infinity healing. So I found out what was stopping me from getting the results I wanted. And now infinity healing is known as a very fast result-based modality. And we've got close to 100 people in different parts of the world teaching it, and they're just doing wonders. Like we've had a lady, one of our infinity healers was flying to Australia. She's from Australia, and that was during the fires. And she just did an infinity healing before she flew to Australia. And that's when it was the first time where the water, I don't know if it was rain or just something happened where it like reduced that. We have a 13-year-old who helped someone cleared COVID overnight, like whatever health effects they had. They were tested for COVID the day before, and then the next day was cleared.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah. So very simple, very powerful. Something's from source, God, universe when it's like simplicity. I feel like when it's complex,
Yes.
it's like created from the mind. And then I was able to start healing my traumas and forgive, childhood experiences, and heal deep wounds, and then discovered my purpose. So when I discovered my purpose, I started helping everyone else align with their purpose. When I created a modality, I was like, every single one of you guys has something in you that wants to be birthed. When I found my creativity, I was like, we can all thrive from our creativity as well. I've got like 6 albums online under the name of Indigo Prophet, and poetry albums. I'll share a poem with you guys later today. And yeah, I just feel and when I was broke and on welfare and I prayed for support and I found my first mentor, it was in Chicago. Shout outs to Dan Hanneman, a fellow Leo. So I've been helping others hit that 6-figure mark. So everything I've accomplished, I bless it for it. And I hope everything you guys overcome, it's bigger than us.
Yes.
So it's really, so I was talking with a client yesterday, potential client, for like an hour and a half. And she's like, why do you care so much for me to say yes to this transformation? Because I believe that it's bigger than us. And I believe that all it takes is that I was that kid who doubted myself, low self-esteem, no self-worth, like getting the worst in school, and like told I'll never amount to anything almost daily. And when I succeeded, I was like, wow, if I can do it, anyone can do it easier and better. And that's why it's so important. That's my why. And we're going to integrate that into the call today, because I feel a lot of people are not clear on their why. Why do I need to do this? Or what am I supposed to do? So we're definitely going to get some clarity. Okay, let's all take a deep breath. I'm feeling some stuff, feeling some energy. Just breathe in all that love around you and send anything that doesn't serve you down to the ground. Let's take another deep belly breath. And anything that's lingering, that's no longer serving, send it to the ground. Beautiful. And just imagine every cell in your body shining like the sun, radiating in all directions, bringing our beings back into their ultimate divine blueprint, just filling our physical body, emotional body, spiritual body, our light body. Let it fill our energy field, let it fill our auric field, let it fill the room that we're in, all our connections, all our relations, giving infinite love, blessings, gratitude to the land that we're on, the original peoples of the land that we're on, big blessings, big gratitude. Our ancestral lineage, anything and everything that led to us being here right now. Thank you. Let it spread into the city that we're in, the country that we're in, the planet that we're in. Sending it to Palestine, to Israel, Jews, Muslims, Christians, all the sacred sites on our planet, creating a powerful love-based grid on our planet, allowing us to bring our beings back into their ultimate divine blueprint, anchoring into our ultimate divine plan, and allowing planet Earth to be alchemized back into its divine form. Would you like an infinity healing to help manifest that right now? Yes. Beautiful. I'll start with a poem and I'll go into group healing. It is a longer poem, but I assure you it's really vulnerable and deep. Here we go. Okay. What's going on with me, you ask? I feel like the other in society. I don't feel accepted. I don't feel part of the whole. I don't feel part of the collective. I don't feel safe. I feel betrayed. I don't have to dress like a goth to express that I feel different. I'm not like many others. I don't fit in anywhere. Am I being my most authentic self? What would that look like? What would be the reaction? Need to find that balance between seeking connection externally and feeling at peace internally. I need to rehabilitate my inner addict and slow down the dopamine hits gradually. Have I been seeking love more as a drug, jumping from one to another like a junkie in survival mode? But I also remember the flip side, living alone like a monk, just me in my own world with my coping mechanisms, with my angels and demons. What are the next steps? Acknowledge the things I've done and were done onto me. Forgive myself and forgive others for those experiences. Do I feel worthy of God's love, or does that only go to those good people? Am I a bad person? Am I unclean? How do I believe that I am worthy, that I am enough? Do I push those who love me away? Am I scared to let people in? How do we break these cycles? How do we fill these holes in our souls? My heart goes out to the pure hearts who stay loving despite everything they went through. My heart goes out to the cynics who gave up, who gave in. My heart goes out to the dreamers who stay resilient.
Yeah.
You can rob me, lie to me, betray my trust, shun me, dump me, attack me, reject me, and I will still be me. It hurts, feeling violated, feeling used and abused, manipulated and cheated. I forgive all parts of your being. I forgive all parts of my being. And I pray for your soul to start seeing we can choose who we want to be in every moment. I have an addictive personality. I feel I need to feel those higher states all the time. But what's the point? After the biggest highs come the biggest lows. And God knows I don't do well with those. So I try my best to bring myself back, but nothing can match it. It needs to recalibrate. I've lost my inspiration and drive. I was doing 1,000 things at a time, driving at 1,000 miles. Relationships are so complex. Sometimes we just need a friend. Speaking to my addict self, you spend so much time seeking those highs, but they don't last, and the lows are so low, and trying to get back up is so taxing. I invite you to sit still and be with yourself and process and have that structure where you thrive in, and have your support systems where you can reach out and know you will be held and you will be heard and you will be accepted and you will feel better. Father and mother wounds are real and feels like nothing can replace or take its place. So we do our best to recreate. I got to stop projecting God's love onto you. You will never measure up. You will fall short. You will disappoint. Seeking a perfect love in an imperfect world with broken people. Why can't we be there for one another? Why can't we love unconditionally? Why can't we have more stability? How do we thrive in this chaos? I just need one more hit. I gotta go through it. Lock me up in a room until I move through it. All those emotions I neglect, the hurt that I protect. I'm hurting inside. No one feels my pain. I share openly. I share vulnerably, but you won't understand. I used to spend time with homeless people, sitting down and talking to them heart to heart. I could have been that guy. And you could have been that person that just walked by. I trust the love of animals. I trust the love of trees and nature beings. I trust that the ocean will hold me as I float in her arms. How can I thrive in this spiritual battle when there's a battle inside of my being? I know it hurts to hear this. I know some part of you wants to heal it, but I invite you to just hear it, to just see it, to just be with it. I feel empathic to the homeless, the goths, the emos, the addicts, the loners, the others. Why can't we all get along? Why can't we snap out of the hypnosis we're under? How do we break out of survival and be bold enough to aspire to raise higher? In my dark nights of the souls, I experience demons and angels, heaven and hell. You don't have to understand, but you could try. At my lowest, I want to disappear. I want to numb out. I become afraid of the world. I hide from everyone and want to avoid all connections. I want to flee to another dimension. I feel like I could really use some support, but too afraid to ask for it. So I grow through it. Maybe it's best, or maybe I need an army of support, a tsunami of love. It's Pisces season, and I'm an Aries Pisces cusp with my moon in Pisces. Not everyone can understand the level of sensitivity we experience. I think about Chester from Linkin Park, Kurt Cobain from Nirvana, both Pisces. They struggled with a lot of mental health and addictions, and they also were the voice of a generation. They connected with people on such a deep level due to their deep vulnerability and transparency. I think about Michael Jackson and Kanye West, both fellow moon Pisces. You can add Elvis to that list. They too struggle with addictions and other things while having a huge impact on the world. Yes. I'm house sitting and my friend's dog just is feeling the poem. Touching people's lives in a way unparalleled by their peers. It's a gift and a curse. We're not alone. It's almost done. I feel cursed. I feel stuck. I feel overwhelmed. I feel I'm not enough. I feel like a disappointment. I don't feel heard or seen by others. I feel like we've been lied to our whole lives. I drank the new age Kool-Aid and then switched sides. They did a number on us. Now I feel like I walk around solo, no tribe of my own, accepting human views, but really rarely seeing someone who shares mine. It's okay. We're tribal and some keep to themselves. And I want to learn from the past. We are not our beliefs anyways. And all truth will come to the light. I think about the other side. Is it another matrix? Where's the exit? I feel like I'm stuck in a house of mirrors or a merry-go-round, a roller coaster that won't slow down. Step right up, best show in town. A clown who can't turn their frown upside down. My first time getting drunk, I kept repeating over and over, why can't we all get along? I'm trying to normalize touch, trying to normalize hugs and cuddles, simple tools that help us through the struggle. Being human never came with a manual, and my being could not follow the program. I release all false identities. I release all false beliefs. I'm infinite in my being. I'm authentic in my expression. I don't have to settle. I don't have to be better to be in love's presence. All the tears I cried could have compiled into an ocean, my dark, deep underwater merman world of devotion. I can go there when I need to replenish, to fill my cup, to restore my being. I let the love in. It's safe. I'll be okay. We'll make it through to another day as I recreate my why for existence, not from a delusional place or because that's what spiritual people say, but from a deep truth. I see you. I love you. I accept you. You're so beautiful. You're so precious. You're so delicate. And you are worthy of love. And you are worthy of hugs. You're worthy of all the above. So please open up and let me lift you up. So please close your eyes, because now is your time to shine. So take a moment and breathe that in. And I'd love to hear how you guys are feeling.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask.
I mean, you can see me on the camera, so.
That was moving. Wow.
That felt it for.
I'm also curious, how many of you guys really relate? I mean, you see yourself in it. It's just,
Or I see others as well. Or
yeah.
My mom, or some of the strife that, whatever, I mean, pieces of myself, pieces of other existences.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some of the stuff that I've seen growing up with my, yeah.
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 Or when I first started doing workshops, I would just share the story of my challenges with my father. He was just very, I love him. He loves me, but he was very tough on me when I was a kid. And I would just share the story like in the first 10 minutes of the workshop. And then everyone would just start crying. And then I'll just be like, all right, guys, the workshop's done.
Well, it's actually really beautiful. And as much as it may or may not be purposeful, but you got us all to surrender right away and fall into it. And that's often the place that you need to be for change to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel poetry speaks to something way beyond the mind. It goes right into our hearts, our souls. Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been in the presence of a poem like that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I've been resisting all the things that I resist the most lead to the biggest breakthroughs, and I've been resisting putting out a poetry album for some time. And I think just based on today, I'm very clear on I will put it out. I will. So who here would like to get into a group healing process?
Yeah, let's
go.
And since we're all co-creating this experience, please put in the comments what you feel is the number one thing that you're struggling with and the number one thing that you desire to manifest, and that'll help me integrate it into our call. And if we have time later on, I'd love to do a few one-on-ones as well. So just take a moment and write down your biggest challenge and your biggest heart's desire. And then we'll get into a group call. Does that sound good, guys?
Yeah. And if you just have a request and a desire, it doesn't even have to be a challenge or a struggle. But if you've got a request, also put that in. Sometimes, we feel like in this reality, we've got to struggle and have problems to actually request change. But I'm just inviting you don't need to struggle to request change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a desire from a desire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I invite everyone to close their eyes after you've written down your requests.
We've gotten a lot that say let it go, and financial abundance and freedom, a lot of finance, a lot of flow and trust in the abundance in every area of my life. Lots of comments around that. And
finance is great.
Yeah.
Great. Abundance, great. Amazing. Well, I've been dedicating all my work for the last 15 years to helping with life purpose and with financial abundance. So definitely excited to share some of that. So I invite everyone to close their eyes, to go within.
Okay.
And so how the infinity healing works is it's source, God, universe with its infinite love, healing, intelligence, and power, connecting to us intentionally and doing infinite things for us. Some of those things include letting go of limiting beliefs, fears, emotions, root traumas, childhood experiences, blocks from our mom, our dad, our ancestral lineage, past lives, if you believe in that, and maybe even more than what we know to ask for. So starting now, we're activating the infinity healing. You can imagine it as a waterfall pouring down, or as something you're just activating within yourself. And starting now, would you like to receive this infinity healing? Yes. Anything in the way of you receiving the maximum or letting go of the maximum with ease and grace, would you like an infinity healing to clear that?
Yes.
And yes. And if there's any part of you resisting, sabotaging, interfering with the session, would you like an infinity healing to set it aside now, throughout the session, and even after?
Yes.
Yes. And to show those parts of you what's going on from the highest perspective, so that they're on the same page with your heart and soul. Would you like that?
Yes.
And your highest self can connect you with the perfect energies and beings, if any, that are for your highest good. Do you give them permission to do that? And do you give them permission to do all that they know to do that is for your highest good, starting now? I don't know what he wants.
Yes.
And your highest self knows you better than you know yourself. It knows exactly what to do, exactly what to focus on. Would you like an infinity healing to allow it to choose what to integrate into our session, and to do an automatic infinity healing for that, starting now?
Yes.
And starting now, would you like an infinity healing to activate your infinite clarity, your ability to be clear? I'm just going to need 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back.
It's like, please now. Must.
I know. You've got to love our little companions, right? Our earth companions. They just, my dog always brings me like his little wishbone when he wants to play. It's kind of like a tug of war, but it's like at 1 o'clock in the morning.
And you're like,
and I'm like, I just got up to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
but if he does do it during the daytime, I will stop and play with him because it reminds me to have joy and move my body.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely. And sometimes when the energy starts moving, they're kind of like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And they're
We've seen it with your puppies.
Yeah. So she did walk out good. She was like right behind this table for a little bit. I was like, I was afraid that dog was going to stir up our dogs.
That happens.
Yeah. Sometimes she'll hear a bark on the TV and she'll be like, I must go out. So exciting.
Not mine. Mine is like, gotta get up.
I don't want to fight with those people. My dogs are like, yes, let's play.
Yes, yours are. They're super cute.
Thank you, guys. I apologize. Appreciate
No
your
worries.
patience. How do I know Arabic? Is that a question to me? It's my mother tongue. Or is that someone else? Shukran.
That was for you.
That was for you.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. There might have been chatter on the line. But...
Yeah, there is someone else.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Somebody said something in Arabic.
Shukran.
Yeah.
I like teaching the word shukran because it's got 2 English words, shuk and run, and it means thank you.
Oh, that's a neat word too. Huh? Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Would you like an infinity healing to experience infinite clarity in your being, in every cell of your being, radiating infinite clarity? Would you like that?
Most definitely.
Yes.
Yes. So clarity about our purpose, clarity on who we are, remembering who we're here to be, remembering what we're here to do, clarity on where we came from, clarity on where we're going, clarity on our why, clarity on our drive. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yeah. And in spiritual warfare, when people know who they are and they're not afraid of death, like there's this beautiful documentary about Haiti and how like the biggest colonial, I think it was England and France maybe, couldn't defeat them at one point in history because of their spiritual beliefs of right, not fearing death. And it really stuck to me because we're all part of the spiritual warfare, and it's the fact that this underdog of a tiny island couldn't be defeated in those times shows me that it's based on their why. And I think, and like if you watch contests on TV or anywhere, it's the person who's like, I'm doing this for my mom, or I'm doing this for my kids. So the bigger our why, the more drive we have to succeed. So would you like an infinity healing to have such a strong, clear why within your being, and to have that be your default that drives you to do what you're here to do?
Yes.
Yeah. And would you like an infinity healing for any part of your being that is hurting, that is blocked, that is stuck, any part of your being that's holding on to traumas that are really affecting you, that your body's crying out for some love, for some healing, for some intention? Would you like an infinity healing to send infinite love, God's infinite love, universal love, source's deep healing to those areas so that we can be at peace, we can sleep peacefully, we can feel great in our bodies? Would you like that?
Yes, please.
And for abundance, would you like an infinity healing to increase your level of your prosperity quotient, your abundance mindset, your prosperity consciousness? Would you like that?
Yes.
And let's clear a core limiting belief that you have that's in the way of your financial abundance. Would you like an infinity healing to alchemize that belief and to replace it with a belief that is empowering, positive, and true?
Yes.
Yeah.
And would you like an infinity healing to alchemize a core emotion that's in the way of your financial abundance and alchemize it into what is best?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's anchor into our beings. I'm worthy. I'm deserving. I'm good enough. It is safe to receive. And it's safe to receive abundance from my purpose, my gifts. I can be spiritual. I can be wealthy. Clearing any of the programming that found its way into our being from music, religion, culture, society, TV, that is disempowering about making more money, about wealthy people, and allow ourselves to decide we can be the wealthy people who give back. We can be the good-hearted, wealthy people who use money for good. Would you like that?
Yes.
Because apparently all cultures, the shows are purposely creating it so that the wealthy people are evil and conniving and always have negative intentions, and it's like the poor people who are happy, and it's so subtle, but that's enough for them to go, okay, the evil people behind the TV shows and hot movies, and it's very consistent, and I beyond just American culture, it's actually um,
The
it's
telenovelas they really, really set that in.
same thing,
Yeah.
right? So
I'm
who
like,
are these,
ay,
like,
ay,
right?
ay. I was
Like
like,
give us
Spanish or English, they are laying it thick.
give us that one show that like shows wealthy people in a good light. But one of the ones I love, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Secret Millionaire, you can see it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Because they bring millionaires, and then at the end they show the millionaires, and the millionaires started off with humble beginnings, and then give $1 million at the end. And there's another one called Secret Billionaire, and I obsessively watched when I literally was like thinking of checking out, like not in a scary way, just like go back home. It happened in December, and it was like another deep death rebirth, and I'd watch The Secret Billionaire over and over again, and it's like the one dude, Grant Cardone, fellow Aries.
Oh yeah, Grant Cardone, who and he's an internet marketer and has this massive empire, and his wife is such a beautiful woman.
Yeah. So I would recommend watching that because it shows you, it shows a person who goes to like a poor part of somewhere in California without his name, with $100, and how he generates $1 million company in 90 days during COVID. So it just shows you real time. Like, you really have no excuses if you really have the drive to make it happen. So would you like an infinity healing to let go of the limiting beliefs, the negative self-image you have, and create a new positive, empowering self-image?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And let's focus on one core trauma that's in the way of your financial abundance, something from childhood that's blocking, resisting, sabotaging. Would you like an infinity healing to alchemize that one core trauma, which will allow more financial abundance in your life?
Yes.
Yes. Would you like an infinity healing to have prosperity, success, codes, mindsets, blueprints, templates, traits, attributes, habits, and perspectives and perceptions that will allow for more prosperity, abundance, and wealth in your life?
Yes.
And remembering that wealth is true wealth is knowing who you are. Right. So redefining what wealth and success mean to you, and aligning with true, like the deepest part of wealth, the deepest part of abundance, the deepest part of prosperity, so that we are infinite abundance, and allowing ourselves to experience it on all levels: time, energy, health, joy, relationships, support, all the ways that mean the most to you. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yes.
And would you like an infinity healing to fully align with your ultimate passion, purpose, and to experience infinite fulfillment from your gifts, talents, abilities, and creativity?
Yes.
And again, a core belief, core emotion, core fear that's in the way of you being able to do that fully right now. Would you like an infinity healing to clear that?
Yes.
And when you tune in now to that energy, when you tune in now to your being, your body, about abundance, about life purpose, when you tune into that, what feels different inside of your being? Tune in and just anchor that in for yourself. What feels different compared to before? Yeah, you're welcome to write it in the chat. And yeah, would you like an infinity healing to integrate your inner child into your sacred heart space so that he or she feels all that he or she desires with every heartbeat?
Yes.
Yeah. And would you like an infinity healing to fully align with your infinitely authentic self? Because authenticity is directly linked to success. When you're trying to pretend you're someone else, you're in misalignment. You'll have misaligned jobs, relationships, experiences. And when you fully align with who you're here to, like your true authentic self, you'll have authentic job opportunities, authentic relationships, authentic experiences. So would you like that to be your default?
Yes.
Awesome. And they did a study and they measured the frequency of authenticity was 4,000 times stronger than the frequency of love.
Interesting.
What? Sorry, what?
Yeah, so they have
Really?
technology that can measure different emotions or states of
Yes, the
being.
resonance.
Resonance, right? And you heard it before? You heard this?
I had not
Yeah.
heard the statistic, no.
No, not
but I have
exactly
heard
that.
of the measurements, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we know the measurements from the Power versus Force book.
Right, the different
Yeah.
states of consciousness, right? Exactly. This one might be not connected to that study, but it measured authenticity to be 4,000 times stronger than love. And the way I
Wow.
think about it
I
is,
can see that.
the way I think about it is if
Because it
Because
connection.
it's just
connection.
love, gratitude, and everything all together.
yeah, the way I see it is authenticity could be like it's connected to truth. I would say
Yeah.
authenticity is the cousin of truth. And when you think
Yes.
about it, how many people
Yes.
just are such loving beings and they're not a threat to the system, but how many people spoke truth and it became the biggest threat to the dark forces? Like how many people got
Interesting.
That's
killed for
cool.
speaking their authentic
And there's
truths?
light, yes.
That's how
Wow.
I look at it.
I see that.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really however you are, whatever quirks you have, whatever, if you're dorky, nerdy, geeky, too woo-woo, whatever it is, like embrace it fully, be it fully, and share it fully, and the right people will love it. And the ones that are misaligned may have a hard time with it. But our only responsibility is to be our authentic selves fully. And it's directly connected to aligning with your ultimate purpose and experiencing more abundance from that.
Love that.
So I'll conclude the group healing with that. Please take a moment to breathe it all in and let us know how you feel different in the comments, please.
I know for me, Tarek, when you had us check in a little bit earlier, I felt like aspects of myself where I felt like I didn't want to leave my body.
Right.
I think there are times where I hear things, maybe even the poem, where I'll start to leave. Maybe that was a coping mechanism for how I was raised and grew up.
Right.
So this time after receiving the infinity healing, I wanted to be here in this body. And I felt joy for the body.
Yes. That's huge.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Right? Like wanting to leave our bodies, the very thing that allows our soul to be here on this planet.
It's counterintuitive for sure. And it doesn't make sense since I've been doing this work for so long. I can now see that. But there are times where I can feel myself almost leaving, especially when stuff is presented a little bit tougher for me.
Right.
Or can be viewed as, or used to be viewed as tougher.
Yeah.
During that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And let's see, I am feeling more calmer and clear and open, says Sadia. And she says, thank you, Tarek. And then positive about the day.
Love
That's
that.
cool. Feeling beauty,
Beautiful.
authenticity. I feel like departing soon too.
Yeah.
I feel lighter and freer. Yes, I can concur. Full of love. Thank you. Put a purple heart.
Yeah. Well, and for me, I feel just really, really present right now. when you were talking about money and what was the one trauma thing around it, I actually got that it was something specific that my father said. Like it was something like, take care of the nickels and dimes and the pennies, and the dollars will take care of themselves.
Okay.
And it was so weird that like whole line that my dad repeated so much in childhood came through, because I have a little bit of a holding on with money instead of it just allowing it to free flow. And I thought that was so weird that I actually heard that. And I had never put one and two together.
Wow.
So it was cool.
Wow.
Very
One
cool.
belief.
Yeah.
That's all it takes, that one program.
Right. It's like,
Right.
bye-bye.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
curious
more
to know what
comments
starts to
coming
shift
in.
without that story where it's like, okay, now that I don't have to like hold on from that place, I wonder what starts to shift.
Deborah said, all the universe is open to me.
I love that.
That's what it feels like, doesn't it? It's almost like we just want to sit in this like beautiful energy for a minute.
Yeah.
It's like we just like had this great meditation, and it's like opened our eyes and we're truly awake. And I love your process. Have also I kind of have this resistance against people just coming on and doing reading after reading after reading, because I feel that it's more about you knowing you and you choosing for you. So by you asking the questions and questions in depth that people don't normally ask, it's really empowering them to know and make choices for them. And I just, I'd love for you to say whatever you want to say about that, because that's kind of
About what exactly?
about really using the questions you asked during the infinite healing to empower the recipient.
Sure.
Right. Right. I feel like what comes to me when you say that is there's a part of us, let's say, that wants to feel like it's moving forward, but it's really going on a hamster wheel. Like how
Mm.
I relate to that on some level, that they're just doing it for the sake of doing it,
Yeah.
maybe resisting the things that they really need to face and do. So I feel like I did that and maybe still have aspects of self that are afraid of our own power, right? It's
Yeah.
not we're afraid of our own power. We're afraid of how powerful we are, right? There's
Sure. Yeah.
I feel like um I feel like um if we embrace the healthy aspects of ourselves, if we have a loving relationship with our power and show the mind that it's safe to be that powerful, we would then do the things that our mind maybe resist. I think the best thing I could say
I heard you.
yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this is a lot of people say I'm afraid, and I say that's not an accurate statement. It's maybe the mind that is afraid.
Uh-huh.
I would say the mind is a very small percentage of your infinite self. So it's an inaccurate statement. I think a healthier thing to do moving forward is saying my mind is afraid, a part of me is afraid, instead of I am, because automatically you're saying I am the mind, like they're right. So creating that separation, just like when we meditate, we observe our thoughts, we are not our thoughts. So a part of me is afraid. And then if you're aware that a part of you is afraid, what's the other part? Let's say it's your heart. Let's say it's your soul. It has a voice too. It's not afraid. So I would say step one, would you like an infinity healing to observe the parts that are afraid or resisting? And then step two, would you like an infinity healing to have your heart and highest self share their perspective? Because a lot of people, it stops there. Hey, I want to get myself out there, but I'm afraid. Full stop. Instead of, hey, a part of me is afraid. I'm going to hold space for it. Hey, what's going on? hey, I'm afraid I might get judged, blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah.
it's space to express its fear, but then you're just like if you're a child, hey mom, I'm afraid to go to school. Hey dad, I'm afraid to go to school. It doesn't stop there. Usually the parent reassures the child, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's
Mhm.
say the next step is so step one is to identify that it's separate from you. Step two, give it space to express itself so it feels heard and seen. Step
Mm-hmm.
three would be to let your highest self and heart give it words of encouragement, like speak truth to what the lie is. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
afraid if I go out, that bad things are going to happen. And so that the other perspective will be something like, hey, I know you feel afraid, but I reassure you that if you go out there, you're not going to get witch hunted or you're not going to get persecuted. Um, that it's
And you
safe.
might even have a great time.
You
Yeah.
might, yeah, this might be the best thing you can do. So,
Yes.
yeah.
I love
Mhm.
that. I love, 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 love that because I'm a big advocate for words as codes.
Mhm.
So I love that you would have us separate from the I am. I know
Yeah.
that you also wanted to take a couple
Oh, yeah. So
one-on-ones, and so I'm going to get
let's
this
kind
one
of
to do
queue
that.
up a couple so that you can work with them. And then we'll go ahead and share the offer.
Yes.
And let's
So
yeah,
if
so
you
go
want
ahead and
to,
raise your hand
yes.
if you would like uh
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, an infinite
Said
healing
yes.
directly.
Woohoo.
Great. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and queue up this special offer.
Mm.
Gosh, if I know that the special offer is super juicy, so if it's, I mean, what we got today was just a fraction.
Right,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Oh, cool.
And when you purchase this, you will be invited to purchase a mini session with Tarek.
Mhm.
So that's also, if you want that, this would be your opportunity.
But if you just want the digital portion with the bonuses,
This is the link. Yeah. And let me go ahead and put the link in the chat as well. And if you watch this on YouTube, just wait, it'll be there shortly. All that good stuff.
And I would love, I see, Lindsay, I see you. I'd love for you who have worked with me to share your experiences or some of the results you've had from those one-on-ones or
Oh, that'd be
Nice.
great.
programs, just for those
Yes.
who haven't worked with me to know
Sure.
could be in
Take us
store.
through this a little bit for us,
Yes.
to tell us what the modules are like.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and scroll as you speak.
Yes, please. Um,
Probably go ahead and go down a little bit.
Yeah.
so that
Right.
photo was shot in Toronto. No, I'm kidding.
You're so funny. And poor
No,
Jenna,
this is
she's
funny.
got those hot hands right now, and I'm asking her to like, come over here, do
There we go.
this.
I'll start here.
Yeah, okay. So break free from the chains of past traumas. I feel that's the core of the work that I do. I would say trauma is at the heart and soul of every
Yes.
session. I've experienced a lot myself. Every session I offer, it's usually spiritual women and a handful of awesome men who have experienced some traumas. So what we did, me and Dr. Lisha, she spent 15 years, over 15 years, helping women with trauma, and I've spent 15 years helping spiritual women and men with financial abundance. So we came together, we combined our superpowers and our life missions, and we created this program that basically those are the two biggest traumas on our planet. If you really look at it, sexual trauma is one of the biggest problems on our planet, and money is a global issue as well. So
Mhm.
we basically tackled the two biggest problems on our planet through this program. It's my latest program. I always listen to my programs. I try to listen to my programs before launching them. And when I went through this program, it's the only one that I went through more than once. I went through it like twice and maybe started a third time. And every time I do it, I can't cap like I think I have my journal here. No, I don't. It's the next room, but it's just like pages and pages of like amazing manifestations. Like wherever I go, people are like, come stay at my place for
How
free, and
cool.
lunches and dinners and like big packages sold, and just the more money than um I was struggling in December. Like I was pretty consistent with six figures, and then last year was this big low, And then I re-listened to this, and then I was able to get back to the 6-figure mark, and just have all these juicy clients sign up. And
Nice.
so, yeah. And with sexual empowerment, confidence. So let's go through the modules, 7 modules.
Okay.
So 7 weeks. If you listen to one once, and then 7 days later, listen to the next one. Based on my work, the biggest thing that most people are not focusing on is their shadow. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of our power is. So if you were a kid and you had
I said that.
your mom caught you eating more than one cookie and then she shamed you for it, or even with sexual things, if you were just naturally as a kid just exploring your sexual stuff or doing something and you were shamed for it, or that's evil, that's the work of the devil, or then there's the suppression of something that is so powerful. Like our sexual energy is so powerful. Even the darkest energies on our planet are fiending for our sexual energy. That's how powerful it is. Imagine we reclaim the healthy relationship with it, and have it be, and it doesn't have to be sexual, like you're having sex. It could be your just your life force. Like when that dog was sitting next to me, I could just feel his life force, just full of life force, right? And that's, people are like, oh my God, I love your dog, I love your cat. What are they emitting that's just being so magnetic? That's our essence. So integrating our shadows, clearing those judgments, the shame, the blame, the aspects of self that we've negated, we've separated from us. It's our basement, and it's a mess. And we want to go there. We want to feng shui it. We want to beautify it. We want to have guests come in, look at our basement, and share it with pride. Like, look how beautiful this basement is.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of our victim consciousness is in our shadow. So taking our power back, shifting from victim consciousness to conscious co-creator, clearing self-sabotage. Because when you're saying I want to move forward and succeed, it's your shadow that's like pulls you back. So we're starting off with that. Owning your value is a huge part of succeeding in life. Owning your infinite confidence, right? If you don't have the confidence to do things outside of your comfort zone, it's going to be hard to succeed. So imagine owning your infinite confidence, claiming your infinite value. A lot of people have amazing gifts and they're giving it away for free. When you claim it, when you really value it, you charge for it more. You have more of a reciprocity. You're more right.
Yes.
Your infinite worth. You can't put a price on your gifts. The worth of your gifts is infinite, but you can claim more and more of your value. There are people out there that charge $100,000 for a session, and probably what you like your sessions are just as valuable, if not more. So it's not about that their offer is more valuable than yours, is that they're just claiming more of their infinite. Yeah.
As an infinite being through the field. I mean, it's not that they're just saying that in their head. I think that's important for us to say, because I have had sessions where people are, I am claiming my worth, but they're justifying and proving that they're claiming their worth instead of being it through that as the,
no
I
justification.
really think that's important to say.
That. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is stepping into your queen king energy. When you're in your queen king energy, your standard is the highest. You're not the less, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can just like
worth.
Claim it. Sit up straight, don't have my slouchy posture. And but really, it does have a feeling and it does feel more aligned with my value, if you will. Yeah.
And life will test you. Life will life will throw you those curveballs. See, do you really claim your value? Like, are you really going to honor yourself? And this will just help increase that as much as it can to 100%. Letting go, settling for less. Next, this third module, we're focusing on childhood traumas. This is, again, the core of all the work that I do. This is my big why. When I started, why did I get into healing? What did I want to help people with? It all goes into our beautiful inner children. So healing childhood trauma, sexual or other. So if someone on this call is like, I never experienced sexual trauma, it's still going to help you. Is your sexual empowerment at 100%? And if it's not, this will help you bring that into integration, activation, circulation, all the cool words that end with ION. Manifestation. So sexual or other. So clearing being objectified, which is a lot of women who have experienced sexual trauma are still seeing themselves as an object. So shifting out of that. Clearing betrayal patterns. It's like every time I get into a relationship, trust issues, betrayed, whatever patterns keep happening in our relationships, imagine breaking free from those. Becoming whole and complete, creating healthy boundaries, moving on. Clearing negative energies and entities. We found that a lot of our traumas, when I've done this work over the years, there seems to be some dark energy influence that links the trauma or actually manipulates the people around you, the weakest links in your circle, that then they use them to create those traumas against you. So if you're hating that person that wronged you, they were a victim of allowing themselves potentially to get possessed. And if you've let this entity divide you guys, then the entity wins. So through forgiveness, love conquers all.
I love that.
Yeah. So clearing negative energies, entities. So we do a whole hour on clearing all of that. And the lady, Dr. Lisha, who I worked with, we did the first experience we had is she was following me for years, and then she signed up to work with me. And she said in her first session, she was like, Tarek, my goal is to make 15,000. Like, I really believe I'm doing great work, but I'm not achieving my financial goal. And and we kept working for like a 4-month period, and or like 6 months, and I would say 4 or 5 out of those months she hit her 15K goal. And then she even reached 50,000 TikTok followers within that.
Nice.
Wow.
So
awesome.
After our first session, she hit her financial goal of 15K, whereas before she was really struggling with it. So I just want to let people know I can't guarantee that for everyone, but I'm just using her as an example, who is, clearing karma, very important. If we keep having these patterns happen over and over again, what's the lesson we need to learn? How do we take our power back? What do we need to forgive to move on from it? And module 6, be your empowered self. I really feel we don't want to take power, receive power. We want to be our infinite empowered self. It's who we are. It's synonymous with our divinity, that divine spark in us. There's nothing more powerful than that. So it's in us. And if we remember how powerful we are, and we embrace how powerful we are, that goes back to that authenticity, owning our worth, feeling safe to be seen, which is like the number one trauma most of my clients have. It's like this collective witch hunt fear of being seen, that something bad will happen. So we definitely clear that so that you can go out there, shine your authenticity, share your gifts, and then activating your divine sexual energy and your divine empowerment as well. And then we conclude with purpose. So even though it's helping you with trauma and money, it's also helping you with purpose and confidence. So aligning with your purpose, we really believe if everyone does that, we change the world.
Yeah.
You're a solution to one of the world's problems, and it's in you. And for me, I don't want to leave this earth with any I don't want to leave this world with any regrets. I want to leave being like, I did everything I wanted to do, and I'm done.
And your catch up.
Huh?
Yeah, we had somebody just join that's not muted.
Oh, okay. I just heard catch up. I was like,
yeah. I gotcha. Yeah.
No regrets.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. And then do we have bonuses? You've got
we've got bonuses down there.
Yeah. The Infinite Eye album. You heard the Leo anthem. I think I sent it.
Yes. Super fun. I love it. Love it.
Thank you. So I have my latest album, so powerful. I listen to it every day when I wake up.
I'm going to.
I had listened to one of them. I was like, this is good.
That's fun.
Thank you.
It's actually a very talented musician as well.
I know. I love music too.
Cool.
So
thank you. I appreciate it. So I'd love for this album to be a soundtrack to your journey, your evolution. And it's just a simple weight, and it's got, each song has infinity healings. For example, the Leo anthem helps you become more bolder, not afraid of being seen, getting yourself out there, having this heart activation, more confidence, stepping into your leadership. The Aries song has the Aries traits, the healthy Aries traits of just doing it. A lot of my clients need me to just tell them to just do it. It's like, how do I find my clarity? Just do a session and clarity will come, right? Like do it and the net will jump and the net will appear. So imagine activating those, and it's got that warrior activation, divine masculine is really powerful. It was based on a tantra retreat that I went to, where we really learned the power of the healthy masculine and the power of the healthy feminine, and all the distortions that are happening in our society. So it really brings you back into the healthy aspects of your divine masculine. So if you're like, I'm here and I want to be here, but I'm not taking the steps getting there, your healthy divine masculine will get you there.
Nice.
Very nice.
Mother Gaia, the last
Here's
one,
some
I'll
of that.
speak a little bit about it. Mother Gaia has a kind of Taurus healing, where it's about home, feeling at home in your body, like you were saying earlier, Leonka, feeling at home in your body, feeling at home on earth, healing that chakra, feeling supported on all levels. And it also helps with money and work as well. All for $97.
Wow. That's, I mean, really, just experiencing the work that you did with us today. I can't imagine just being with your work, and that's just a great value. So thank you so much for bringing that to the audience. And
you're very welcome.
Yes, and if someone wants to do the upgrade option, we'll throw a link in there for you as well on the replay. But that is a 15-minute session with Tariq, so you can do the upgrade option, and that would be a $197 for the whole package.
Correct.
And we can even get you a to-pay link for that. So we are excited to have you join Tariq with his work, either in the package of the digital audios or with the upgrade for the $197 for both.
That's really where the gold is. So when I look at all my testimonials, it's the ones who have done the one-on-ones who got the best results. And
nice. I can see that. I can see that because of the work that we did today. Wow, it doesn't, I mean, you said it was fast, and it is really goes deep and fast.
Yeah.
Very quickly and very thoroughly.
Thank you. And what I love in the one-on-ones is I'll literally help you pinpoint your biggest blockage in that one session. Even though it's a short session, I'll immediately pinpoint your biggest block, and then we fully alchemize it.
Nice.
Alex is asking, how do I get in touch with Tariq? Through that one-on-one offer or through?
Yes, we'll get you set up. We'll get you linked. Email, I'll email you, but you can email at team@hautehustle.com. Again, it's team@hautehustle.com, and I'll get you that special link for that as well.
And then my Instagram, my social media link is right there.
Yay.
Thank you. Yes. Okay, great.
Okay, so for the people that have their hands raised, I know that they've been patiently waiting.
I know. Let's go ahead and take them. Cheryl, we'll start with you.
Hello.
Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Wonderful. How can I support you today? Is there an area that you'd like support with?
Yeah. Let's see. Either limiting beliefs or a new romantic relationship, and it might be intertwined. So
yeah. And what do you feel is in the way? What are some of the patterns, or what do you feel the limiting belief is when it comes to relationships?
If I had to base it on my past relationships, I would just say settling for less.
Settling for less. That queen energy that we're talking about will really help. Yeah. Okay. So Cheryl, I'd love to support you with this, and everyone else who's listening, you can say yes to these as well. Cheryl, if you close your eyes and clear your mind, and we ask your intuition to let us know what is at the root of what's causing the settling in relationships, to not be in your full queen energy, to not attract and manifest your ultimate partner. Clear your mind. What's the first thing that pops up? Could be something from childhood, could be something with mom or dad. And if you don't want to share it with us, you don't have to, but if you do, it'll help me. But what's the first thing that comes up?
The first thing that popped into mind was expose me, and then the next thing that came was trouble.
What was the first part?
Expose me, and then the other thing that came was trouble.
Okay, so it's not something, it's not a scene from your past that you can remember. The words just came to you, right?
It was just the words.
Right, perfect. So sometimes we'll have an actual scenario that pops up, and then just clear your mind. What age were you when this happened? What's the first number that pops up?
I just got 4.
Great. So sometimes that's hard to remember what happened at 4. And funny enough, my trauma was at 4 as well. So clear your mind, scan your body from head to toe. Where do you feel this is stored in your body?
Uh, oh, along the back of my heart
Okay.
and on my, it's actually kind of both. It's actually kind of both, right and left side. And
Perfect.
actually right behind my heart and a little bit more down.
Okay. Perfect, Cheryl. And if you keep scanning throughout your body, do you feel it anywhere else?
No, it's on my back.
Okay. Anywhere else? I think we've got
A
the
little,
the
a
most.
little bit on my, most of it's on my back, a little bit on my left side, like side stomach area.
Perfect. So yeah, whatever traumas we've had, for the most part, we're storing them somewhere in our bodies. You've located where they've been stored in your body. So Cheryl, I invite you to imagine balls of light coming down from source, from God,
Okay,
from
and
the universe.
can I add a little under my left underarm, please?
Yes, perfect. And don't worry, Cheryl, if you missed anything, it'll go after it. So
Thank you.
imagine you're welcome, balls of light the size of a volleyball coming down from source, God, universe, and allow them to go right outside of each area that you've located, front, back, left, and right. And imagine that you can press an on switch that just activates these balls of light, and they start to suck out like a powerful vacuum. They just suck out from the root of the root of the root anything and everything that's best for you to let go of. Would you like an infinity healing for these areas as well?
Yes, please.
Okay, so feel them being let go. I don't like to say the word release because then you like release it, you like create a new lease. So permanently let go is a better word.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. And then immediately, whatever space is left, would you like an infinity healing to replace it with what is best for you? Would you like that?
Yes, please.
And when you tune in now, what feels different inside of your being?
It feels like it's still
Working?
doing its thing.
Yeah. So let's set it on autopilot with ease and grace.
Okay.
And would you like an infinity healing to clear the beliefs, fears, emotions, root traumas connected to these core traumas?
Yes, please.
To take all your power back and to forgive self and all others connected.
Yes.
Beautiful. And to bring all aspects of self into one. And clear your mind from 0 to 10, 10 being this is completely healed. Where are you at right now? What's the first number that pops up into your awareness? 0 to 10, 10 being healed, first number.
6 or 8.
Okay. And clear your mind. Let your highest self or intuition let you know, where were you before the healing today? 0 to 10, first number that pops up.
A 2.
Yeah, I got something close to that. So 2 to 6 or 2 to 8. Amazing. And we're just going to set this on autopilot so that it continues to work with you till it's a perfect 10.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. And so it is.
Thank you. Well, that's
Welcome,
wonderful.
Cheryl. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Please let us know how things unfold for you.
I will.
And
Thank you.
you're welcome. And definitely the program is going to help with that, stepping into your queen from the Leo song and from the one of the modules we just went over it about not settling for less and king queen energy.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome, Cheryl. You deserve the best. Let us know how things unfold.
Thanks, Cheryl. And I know you want to talk to Lindsay, and she came on and raised her hand. So do you want to briefly do that? And then we'll take Manisha?
Yes, we'd love to.
Okay. All right, Lindsay, you're up.
Cat Moon Goddess.
Oh,
Lindsay, I'd love it if you can start by just letting
ask to
people
unmute.
know.
If you'd unmute yourself, thank you.
Lindsay, I'd love to support you. Good to see you. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Welcome. Thank you. Do you mind sharing with the audience just like one of the things that you've experienced with us working together? And then I'll love to support you with whatever you need help with.
Yes. So when I started working with Tarek, it helped me immediately tap into my gifts and be able to package them up. And I'm still friends with my aligned clients that I've had since 2021.
Beautiful. And then financially, what shifted for you around that time?
Going from feeling like I was just uh, barely making it to where I was making my rent like in one day. Yeah, remember
Great.
that.
Amazing. Amazing. And you have like bigger packages, like $5,000 packages or something, $10,000 package.
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome, Lindsay. I so appreciate you, and I love that you're not just attracting clients, but you've manifested soul clients to work with that are friends. How can I support you today?
Um, Basically getting back into doing what I just said because I feel stuck.
Okay, getting back into is stuck in which area?
Like my online work, I just feel like I've gotten stuck. Like I'm not progressing. I'm just kind of stuck there.
Okay. And what's the desired outcome that you'd like?
To be limitless with it.
Yeah, but like specifically more clients, more money, more
Yeah, yes, yes.
oh, I love it. Okay, so Lindsay, I invite you to close your eyes, go within, and clear your mind. And we're asking your intuition to let us know what is at the root of the root of the root of what wants to be worked on right now that's in the way of this. What's the first thing that pops up into your awareness? Could be something from childhood, something with mom or dad. What's the first thing that pops up?
Um, just limitations from my past, yeah, from other people.
Right. Um,
Definitely mom and dad, yeah.
right. Okay. So would you like an infinity healing to clear the beliefs, the fears, the emotions, the root traumas connected to those limitations you might have got from your past, from your mom, from your dad?
Yes.
Would you like to alchemize it from the root of the root of the root, everything before it, after it, everything connected to it,
Yes.
and to replace it with all that is for your highest good so that you have more experiences of aligned clients, more prosperity, more financial abundance, more opportunities, more alignment with your passion and purpose and your online work?
Yes.
And would you like an infinity healing to share with your mom, dad, ancestral lineage, and all lifetimes?
Yes, thank you.
And to, you're welcome. And to clear all vows, contracts, agreements, conscious or unconscious, in awake state or sleep state in this life or past lives or in between lives that are in the way of your full alignment with passion and purpose, full um, alignment with abundance and prosperity.
Yes. It's also caused my left shoulder. I feel like my body is emanating what I'm feeling. It feels stuck.
All right, where do you feel that stuckness?
Um, like in the back where the shoulder blade is.
Right, good. Anywhere else?
Neck, but that's been popped in with your healings.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So same thing, Lindsay. Imagine those balls of light where in those areas on the left side, on the right side, front and back. And imagine you can switch them on and you just start to suck out anything that is best for you to let go of from the root of the root of the root. From the moment of conception, everything before, after, and connected to it. And as soon as they're being absorbed, would you like them to be replaced with what is best?
Yes, please.
Yes. Feels so much better. And how does it feel for you right now?
Lighter.
Yeah, what feels different?
Movement is easier because it
And
was feeling stuck in the neck area.
right, good. And Lindsay, if you can imagine from 0 to 10, 10 being it's completely healed, where are you at? Where are you at right now with this healing?
The first number that came to mind was a 5.
Okay. And where were you before the healing? First number that pops up?
I don't know, like a 1 or a 2.
Okay, so from 1 to 5. Amazing. So Lindsay, we're going to ask that this continues to work with you for as long as it needs to till we're at a 10. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
Yes. Please, Lindsay, let us know how things unfold for you. And thanks for being here. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I
Thank
will.
you.
You're such an inspiration.
That's you.
Oh,
Let's take one more.
all right, we're gonna take one more. Wow, that's is so much energy
Yes.
moving.
Yes, and
So if you
thank
guys
you.
are yawning
Yes.
and feeling like you're,
You're not
like surrendered, you're gonna start drooling out of the side of your mouth. That's just because the energy is releasing. And as we release, like it's like we've been holding all this stuff.
He said,
Right.
and I love that he said that.
Yeah.
He said if we release, it's like we rebuy a lease on something. It's like we
nice.
reinstate it. So
I
it's
missed
like
that.
what was the words that you replaced it with?
Yeah, so let go, permanently
Yeah.
let go, or alchemize, or transmute.
Permanently let
Doesn't
go and
have
transmute.
doesn't have like
Okay.
that word magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna do a whole video on this on my YouTube channel because it's like morning. I avoid the word morning because I don't want to start my day morning.
With morning,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big advocate as words as codes.
Semantics.
So yes, and semantics. So
Yeah.
they have their own energy
They
and
do.
resonance. And so I love that. So I'll be the first to log on and watch that
Cool.
video.
Let me know. Thank you.
Manisha, you're up.
Go ahead.
Hi,
Thank
Manisha.
you. Hi, Tariq. How are you?
Wonderful.
Lovely to
Thank
see
you.
Yeah, hello, Lianka and Jenna. Tariq, I would love to feel more safe and supported in my life
Yes.
and be open to receive abundance in all areas of my life, please.
Safe, supported, and open to receiving more abundance, right?
Yes, thank you.
Yes. You're welcome. And Manisha, what do you feel is in the way of that, if you had to guess?
So whilst you're working with the other two ladies, I was trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I went back to the womb.
Mm-hmm.
So father growing up had a love-hate relationship with my mother and used to beat her up and didn't want. And so my mom eventually, 40 years ago passed away. She couldn't take it anymore. Heart attack, not anything else. Right. Yeah, so I always feel in my heart a lot of heaviness, not feeling safe and supported.
Yeah, I hear you. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Heart heaviness, not supported. Yeah, we got that. Okay. So Manisha, starting now, would you like an infinity healing to clear anywhere where you don't feel safe, anywhere where you don't feel supported, an infinity healing for the root chakra to fully be activated and grounded so that you're comfortable in your own body. You feel you belong here on earth. You feel safe wherever you go. You feel empowered wherever you go. Wherever you go, you make it your home, like a turtle,
yes.
Right?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And would you like an infinity healing to activate within your being a default emanation of feeling supported? So just imagine a loving hand behind your back, on your lower back. And we're just going to permanently imprint this so that literally you're always feeling life has your back, the universe has your back, God has your back, source has your back, feeling supported, all your needs are met, thriving on all levels, getting out of lack, scarcity, and defaulting into prosperity consciousness, abundance mindset. All my needs are met. I'm so supported. I'm so taken care of. Would you like that to be your new default?
Yes.
Yeah. And anything in the way of you being able to receive more abundance with more ease, with more grace, feeling worthy, feeling deserving, feeling good enough. Would you like an infinity healing to clear that, to clear the heart so that it's open, receptive, worthy, deserving, good enough, safe? Would you like that?
Yes, please. Thank you.
And Manisha, when you tune into the energy of safety, of support, of opening up to receiving more? What feels different inside of your being?
You mean after the healing that you've done?
Yeah, like in this moment.
Yes, in this moment, I'm feeling more hopeful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. And if you imagine a month went by and you're tuning into how you are a month from today, what do you intuitively feel is different when it comes to support, when it comes to safety and abundance?
So I feel more hopeful, more safe, and more open to receiving.
Beautiful. And from 0 to 10, clear your mind. Where does your intuition let you know you're at right now? If 10 means we've completely healed this or done everything we can, and 0 meaning we've got a long way to go, what's the first number that pops up? Where are you at right now?
So you could see the smile on my face, and I would say 10. I started with much heaviness.
Yes.
And I didn't feel supported, but now I do feel just, very, very happy and hopeful, and feel like, that the hand that you've put, that energetic hand, it's going up and down on my spine.
Oh.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, Tarek. Shukran Katir.
Have fun.
What
Thank
day?
you.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Jen.
Manisha.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Oh my gosh, everyone.
Sorry, guys, it's a very small thing, but Manisha, when you said I did it, it's really important for everyone here to know that I'm not doing anything, that if anything, I'm holding space and I'm using my words to guide the energy, but it's you and whatever you believe the divine to be. And
I love that.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, it's really important, because then it makes me like something more than everyone else, right? So I'm good at holding space, I'm good at using words, I'm good at feeling, but you're doing it with God, universe, source.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for saying that.
Because that's one of the things that we always come back to in our work as well.
I feel like a lot of people give their power away to psychics or mediums or galactic channelers, and those are fun, but I think it's important for them to always come back and say, is that true for me?
Right.
Absolutely. Because if it's not, then they're probably just adding on to more trauma.
Right.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it when my psychic friends are like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "I'm coming to you for help." Like, what do you feel? What do you feel? And that's really, it's my ego being upset that it's calling me in to do it myself.
Yes.
Because that's empowering thing you can do is if someone's saying it and it's ringing true for you, like it's confirming what you already feel to be true, I think that's healthy.
Yes.
But you're right. Giving our power away to those psychics is a slippery slope. And unless they're really legit, there's so many that are unconsciously being compromised by a trickster being. So I'm getting tingles in my head as I'm saying. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whew, wow.
Discernment.
Yes. And I always invoke like the highest good and highest good of all. And
only.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if I get spooked out of my house sometimes, I'm like, highest good. And it feels better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Wow, what a powerful call. Thank you so much. Again, you guys, the special offer that we put together for this call, it'll be in the email. Look for it there or in the YouTube caption if you're watching the replay. Thank you guys for being here today. We do meet every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific time.
We're live. We're
always live. Yeah. Unless we give you an email and say we're not live that day. This isn't very common.
Yes. Like a regular show. But Tarek, thank you so beautifully much for joining us, Tarek. It's been such a joy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're very welcome, Leonk and Jeneth. You have a great group here and great intentions, and it's just solid and it's powerful, and I can feel the authenticity of it. So thank you so much. We co-created a very powerful call. And
Yes. Can't wait to share it too. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Thank you for all your kind words and for being here and co-creating this call. And yeah, if you're just wanting more empowerment in your life and more abundance in your life, more success in your life, this is the greatest program I've created thus far. It's my 14th program, I believe. My latest baby birthed it last year with Lisha, and it's been doing such wonderful things for everyone who receives it.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's well needed in this industry for
In the
sure. The
world,
way,
really.
yeah. Yeah. The way,
Yeah.
except other people in this world might not receive it.
They're coming around. They're coming
Top
around.
karma entities, they're out.
We are bringing them back around.
Absolutely.
You guys are doing great work. I love you and I appreciate
Thank you.
Love
Thanks for
you.
having
Love
me.
you.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Hope to see you on Tuesday.